East Palestine, Ohio, where the story about a toxic train derailment and a massive chemical fire has now become a story about the drip, drip, drip of internal government documents obtained exclusively by News Nation. Our Rich McHugh has been digging through every memo and email he can get his hands on, and the most recent batch reveals just how quickly the EPA knew that there were health concerns following the disaster. So why did it give the all clear and allow residents to return to the area, knowing that there could be a public health threat? Rich, it turns out it didn't take very long for the agency to discover that there was actually a problem here.
That's exactly right, Elizabeth. Not only that, this document proves that we've obtained, this document proves that they were seriously concerned about exposures and the long-term health impacts for the residents of East Palestine internally. That's the key here, internally, because what they said publicly was exactly the opposite, that East Palestine was safe.
EPA air monitoring has not detected any levels of health concern in the community that are attributed to the train derailment.
The message from the head of the EPA in East Palestine 2 weeks after officials there blew up 5 tankers full of toxic chemicals over East Palestine was simple. The agency was not detecting toxic chemicals that residents should be concerned about, that they are safe. In fact, they were encouraged to come home after 3 days. But an internal EPA document News Nation has obtained was sounding the alarm 2 weeks after the burning of those tankers. It documented a, quote, substantial threat to public health and the environment posed by the toxic chemicals burned in East Palestine, the threat of the toxic chemicals released into the atmosphere, and warned of, quote, increased likelihood of external exposure, inhalation, ingestion, or direct contact to human populations. An attorney representing some of the East Palestine residents says the author of that EPA document was telling the truth.
These were toxic substances, that they were cancer producing, that there was real life concern about the health and the welfare, and it wasn't safe for all those people to go back to their homes and just resume life as usual. That by doing so, that they risked the very cancers that we're seeing in this community now.
Instead of sharing these concerns with residents, the EPA buried them. Despite a flood of illnesses reported, rashes, nosebleeds, respiratory issues, I asked the EPA head there in June of 2023. The EPA dug in. In the EPA's opinion, is East Palestine and these surrounding communities, is it safe here for residents?
I don't see any exposure potential from the derailment site based on the hundreds of thousands of monitoring points that we have.
Jamie Wallace is a lifelong resident and the head of Unity Council in East Palestine.
We were lied to and we were betrayed. This memo just kind of shows, exactly what we said was right, and it doesn't feel good. I guess in the back of your head, you always hope that you're wrong because it's your home, it's your community. But now we have proof that we weren't wrong. What the EPA did to us is wrong.
The EPA, in a statement, writes, the Trump EPA cannot speak for actions taken during previous administrations. We are very concerned by claims that have come to light over the past few months. The Trump administration is committed to maximum transparency, and as such, we intend to conduct a thorough review of decisions made in the aftermath of the train derailment. We will work to ensure the health and safety of the people of East Palestine. Now, while the EPA tries to kick the can and say that was Biden's EPA, they will have to deal with this, Elizabeth, because Mindy Bish, the attorney we heard from earlier, has just put them on notice that she is suing them. So they will have to account for these decisions.
Yep. All right, Rich McHugh, stay on the story as you have from the very start. Really appreciate it. Great reporting.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.